Hey Google, set a timer for 4:20 a.m.
Second timer for today at 4:20 a.m. It's for 4 hours, 15 minutes, and 26 seconds. Starting now.
Hey Google, what's the first timer?
3 hours, 55 minutes, and 17 seconds to go.
See you in the morning. I'm gonna eat a first video down. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 12:05 a.m.
Hey Google, stop. Hey Google, cancel the timer.
Okay, cancel.
Hello. I feel a little bit better. I don't feel as exhausted. I went to sleep at 12-ish, then like 12 something. But I may sleep a little bit more to like 5-ish, bring it up. But we can start off with the intro. Get that out of the way. So I hope you enjoy that. Hello, the plug. Good morning. I feel like I want an Evangelion intro. Like E or E or E. Okay, I just gotta shout it out. Maybe 4. And guess what? First comment, depression with a nice beat. But then I saw on the side over here, this.
We're gonna be cooking up some Fruitiger Arrow type vibes, which is actually one of my favorite genres of music. I don't listen.
I don't know. Classic. Okay, okay. Okay, maybe. Maybe. That's what it feels like. I also a little doom scroll. Just a little bit doom scroll in the morning, but I think that made me actually wake up more because I feel like I didn't have as much yesterday to do things. I don't know what that. Oh my gosh, this is about me, but oh my gosh. Shoot. Okay, I'm actually not joking. Ricardo, how you doing? You're doing well, aren't you? Well, I for one have been thinking too much. Thinking too much lately. Wondering when time will fly by. But notably, I couldn't get the gist out of you. I couldn't get the monthly rent out of you. So I had to call Penelope. You think I wanted to call Penelope? Sure enough, I don't care. I don't care what you think I called Penelope for. But all I knew is that she was your ex, okay? And she did better. She did more better than ever you could. So you mistake me for just some godfather that I would have never adored ever thinking. Don't look at my chest. You screwed me over, Frank. You screwed me over. Hello, this is an update note of just simple things. And when I say that, I'm gonna keep it very concrete. I'm feeling more productive, weirdly enough. I am actually just doing things. I think there is something when it comes to making a YouTube video. Not even full-time, but like trying to balance it out with your coursework or just, let's say, for example, a job. And the value of like documenting, also presenting that. And I think that's a big part in my career overall as someone who wants to be in a tech artist who has to document a lot. And I noted for me here a question of when do I film as in progressive scenes even in my head, because I could think of something else later on. And what I mean by that is, let's say, for example, I'm thinking of a really cool shot of my phone flying somehow here. And I planned that in my head. I'm like, wow, that's cool. I'll do that. But then later on, when I am still continuing filming or doing my stuff or like cleaning, because I say, I promise I'm going to clean afterwards and I will film some of it. just to represent that I did it. Maybe I didn't want that drone shot. Maybe I wanted to go like underneath actually. And I've already filmed the other part. So I think in that case, it's just good to have extra. But let's say for like music, like a music tone. And I think that's what I was thinking about as a true example for my instance where I am like, when it comes to the Neon Evangelion intro and that music, that is an example of when I'm like, in the moment I was thinking whatever the tone was, and then in the video when I was trying to search for one, I chose a very more weird like steady like beat or depressive upbeat one, but then later on I picked the one that I wanted. So I think when it comes to that part of when I think of something later on, it's always good to have extra. But the question is, when do I film? For that, I would have to set another example where it's like me cleaning. And I think when I say that, it's almost the idea that if I am doing something, I don't want to get off guard in what I'm doing. Like I'm focused, I'm hyper focused on just like cleaning, and I forget to film. I'm like, oh no. I think this is for myself. I should just be understanding about myself, because I told people explicitly that I was going to do it, and I can film it later on saying that I'm going to do it, and then do the stuff. But I think that's the part where I'm like, that opens your mindset on things, whether if it is that you are trying to do the work that you're trying to do, but also having to remember that you have to document it or film it. Document / film. It can be either or. It depends on the person. Not everyone has to film their experiences and what they're doing in life. But I think that's why it's like, so the first episode is like learning about just accountability of myself, to be like who I am, and also just like what I do. Is I lacked that in the first episode. But also the first episode was day 1 of this new month, and I'm going back into school. And I think as well, to add on to that, I'm more eloquent now, as you can tell. I've been doing a lot of setups of reorganizing stuff, which has jogged my brain to the point where I'm sort of like, damn, I am task oriented. And also like, man, why is no one really caught on to this? And what I mean by that is like, caught on to the fact that like someone like me can also be like cut this redo it. Okay. What I mean by that is this: when I'm in work mode right now, I find myself being like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing, and when I do it, it's not out of frustration on myself that I don't know how to do it. It's in frustration in myself to knowing that like, hey, why is the other person not done that? Or why they haven't responded to my thing yet? Like that's why it was on the back burner. Or oh my gosh, like, wait, when I'm doing the deep research of this, you didn't put in which classroom we have to meet at, right? For example, for like projects for today that I need to go to during this time. And then I message them, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. I'm like, thank you. Not as like an annoying egotistical thing, but I'm like, damn, I'm being productive. I'm being productive for everyone. So I think that's just a feeling I want to note and capture in here. That I think also what I want to note is, how do I immediately zone in? Well, I would say it either takes some other noise, if you can't just take the silence, because I think the silence is someone's just like, okay, I think it depends on you. yeah. But I would recommend probably like music in the background. A podcast is good. Something that you're not visually seeing but you can hear. For my people who can't hear, how did you find me? People who lack there of hearing, of seeing, how did you find me? How are you getting on? I don't know. Okay. I put braille on. Boom. Okay, so that was a middle cut there for me. So the biggest thing that I learned just today that motivated me to get up and do a lot of the cleaning and the working initially is the song that you're probably hearing right now. And I found this on YouTube, and I found it quite intriguing that it sort of helped me in a way to just like get into the mindset of like not having to think about as much of anything, but just the feeling that it gives off when it being played. I also got not enriched, that's not the right word. I got I'm also gonna note this, that I'm doing this. That I'm just laying and just imagine my phone. I'm doing that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, I'm also doing this. I feel like I don't have to prove that I'm doing that. But just know this is a vibe right now. I'm just like, I just want to just document the feeling of right now, what I'm feeling like. I just feel like octane adrenaline right now. And why is that, man? When I got out of that bed and I'm like, this bed is criminal, like this bed is evil, it's too easy, it's a luxury. I was like, oh my gosh, let's lock in. And then I set a timer for myself, like I did like the Google or Siri and I put my headphones and I'm listening to Bugs, as you're hearing right now. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, back to the thing. This board means nothing to you. It means so much to me. This is the explanation and level guide for Carter, who is our low designer on our team, to show the step-by-step process of everything in the story, to talk to the artist. I drew this out. Memories. Now it has to be erased. I remember when I made this in the team space. Although no one uses it, it's one of those things where it's like, this means so much to me. Not even the role as like being the person who makes it easier for everyone on the team to know what the key points are, but it's just something I enjoy illustrating or conveying to people. And I want to have that embedded now in this video. So yeah, that's a bit. Yeah. Probably at this point, I will be at school or college doing stuff, or I'm talking to my car about it, because I can imagine that would be a cool thing, because it's the start of that. I think it'll be always like first thoughts and then like afterthoughts. But yeah. Oh my gosh. I was debating whether or not if I was just gonna stay still like in a parking slot or like drive in and like just have that recording and just get my thoughts. I'm driving to school. Otherwise, I want to explain my thoughts and feelings. Why? Why is that? When I was about to leave, or the feeling of leaving, or the anticipation when it hits the certain time, it just stomach's boiling, churling. It's anxiety, it's nervousness. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna see friends that I've not seen in a while. Even though I've worked at Open World, which is associated with Digiban, and I have been at the Digiban campus over the summer, so it's nothing normal. Or nothing normal, yeah. I was a wizard, but nothing new. I think it's just the people and seeing how they're like. I can't wait for projects. I think this is just hypotheticals. You know, it's like, can I hit my bingo card? It's gonna be interesting. Probably not everyone's gonna. Probably everyone's gonna be there. Probably everyone's gonna be like very joyful and like curious to see like where everyone's at. I'm excited to just eat the DigiPen food, because I'll do that most likely. And every parking is full. I love that. And yeah, I just feel nervous. I don't feel as clammy nervous. I just feel a lot of guttural nervousness to myself, that I'm like, wow. I see Danny's eyes. I see tear filled. But I don't know. Nerves, I guess. I think that's about it. I have no expectations of who I'll see. Obviously, I'll see my crew. Brian. Probably Dylan. I say not Dylan. That'd be funny. Oh my gosh, there is just no parking. This guy is also finding parking, and it's like stellar to believe that I could find oh, yes. Yes. It's compact parking. Okay. Parking is rough. That makes sense. So, I'll update you on how my day went during the class. Whether any gossip or not, I don't know. Here we go. Wow, Nathan, why is it so dark? Well, I will say one thing. I dropped off one of my teammates, new teammates now, for a new game team project because I'm a art producer and art QA person on their team. But I think notably, let's be honest, I'll tell you the time, like after 6-ish p.m. I wanted to leave a little bit, or expectations of leaving a bit, but then I talked with my independent study instructor about stuff for like 2 hours, and it's like, wow, that's a lot. Also, I just want to note for like one of those things, it's like, man, I don't want to say it's lucrative, but like I could just record the recordings of like just the conversations that we have. That's just cool, but also invasive. So I didn't do it. But it's one of those insightful things that if I had to summarize it in layman's terms is the idea of just having a conversation with someone who talks about like digital art and their history and their background, and like them always wanting to push the boundaries of a computer, believability, and embracing almost the imperfections and utilizing it in a way to understand a better depth in what can be better represented to things is cool. And someone who just likes to talk a lot about it. And I just sit there and I'm like, that's great, that's great, that's great. I think a normal thing, after the fact, I felt overwhelmed, but meeting a lot of the same faces. Obviously, it was crowded, definitely, because it was a project hallway lane, so that was something. And I saw familiar faces, some that I've talked to, and it was just the same old projects team, and some that I wish I talked to, and you know who. What? No, I know who. And I think just with that idea out of the way, don't, for me at least, hopefully Thursday, if I see them, no, I'm kidding, or anyone that I've not talked to wish them the best in anything, because I feel like it's almost weird that it's like, yeah, that's cool and awesome. And I think impulsively I might message anyone or just that, just for the care of it. I think also in general, I think overall it would just be like interesting stuff that I'm pretty excited. That's all I will say. I think I will give you a brief summary of how everything went down after I left my car. First thing, before I left my car, I noticed that I parked weirdly, so I had to change that, redirect myself and park again. I also had mashed potatoes, steak, no green beans, some gravy for my dinner with my instructor, Brigitte Sampson. That's my instructor, who's gonna watch over my independent study. She's a really cool woman. Powerhouse to her. She doesn't know Houdini, which I'm doing, but she is embraced to do it. I don't want to say she doesn't know Houdini. She's touched Houdini. She's taken the class with another professor that I have had before, but is not as knowledgeable in what she has like had because of like many updates and whatnot. But I digress. I leave, and then I go through a door, obviously, so security reason, and I see a lot of people in Bites Cafe. That's a big, people know, and it's a small Bites Cafe, so it's like, oh my gosh, everyone's crammed. And then when it was almost time, everyone was funneling in this small hallway, and just like, oh my gosh, this is like a real traffic scenario. That's like everything like Project 300, which is like the juniors, and Project 400, which is like the seniors, which I'm a senior. And it was in the small classroom that had a capacity of 157 people Notably, it almost fits everyone in that room to a good point, and we were talked with two instructor. Wait, one instructor is for design, one is for digital arts, and two of them were audio people. And mainly it's more almost free range, but just they are making sure that the team that is going to move ahead know what they're moving ahead for. And if their idea of what they're thinking, the team overall is like, hey, we want to be ambitious, then the teachers will be like, okay, if you want to be ambitious, you need this, 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 this. Go ahead. But make sure you hit every mark in the milestone and be communication masters, lords, legends, if anything. Because we're not going to track it every time. It's only we're going to track it through the not devlogs, because there's not going to be any devlogs. It's going to be like a master document where everyone's thing is going to be. So like just like those documents, and through the roundtables, which we will do, which they will be present for in a classroom just with the teams one-on-one, and seeing how they talk and mix with people, and seeing any discrepancies or people's strengths and weaknesses between people and how they interact with one another, and so on and so forth. And after that, I went to a third floor. This has like 3 floors. So the third floor at the top, and with my team, and introduce ourselves and do like a small like meeting with them about expectations, like whether if we want to have the game portfolio ready, ghost portfolio, which is like we want to have it portfolio ready, but at the same time we're going to publish it still, or fully publish, like we just want the overall game to like feel good. It doesn't matter if we're going to like nitpick on like specific parts or aspects of the things, just like make the game quality AAA. And I think most of the people really want to have like a ghost portfolio worth game to move forward. And this game, it's not a robot game. Oh, it is sort of a robot game, but the robot game is on protagonist that's stranded and has depression, okay? Okay. But overall, it's about a little granny. No! You know, that from my perspective, and from just first face value without knowing the narrative, it's like a little grandma who's on this big island, and there's different island locations. And she has the magic of elemental magic, where she can make like water fists, which is a game mechanic, or shoot fire, or have like air like leap, hop, like double jumps and whatnot, like for example. And there are like robot automatons who are like sucker puncher people who like not malfunction, but just like rule the island, sort of like in dominion of the islander people. So there's that. That's the game. Mostly it's like a fighting open world like game, but like segmented open world where it's like a pathing where it's like strict and like, okay, you have to go to this island and this island and then this island and then this island. That'll be interesting to produce. And I think overall after that, then I was waiting for Brigitte, because she said we'll meet at 5:30, and then it's like 6:45. And then she finally messaged me saying like, hey, sorry, I was talking with like teachers and classmates and whatnot. I'm like, oh, okay, I will do that. And then I wait, and then she's like, oh my gosh, do you want to eat something? It's like, sure. It's like on me. I was like, okay, that's great. And then it's like, Bites Cafe is gonna close in 3 p.m. And then I'm like, no, in 3 minutes. And I run down, I'm like, and then I do the Spider-Man pose. I'm like, I see you. And then she's like, I see you too. And then after that, we sat down and we just like conversed. And then she wanted to just converse about like her own topics and like what she's invested in into me, and just like wants to like see and be an instructor, like give like feedback and stuff. And to me, I'm just like, okay, I have to explore like what I want to do procedurally. Like maybe I want to make a whole set where it's like the sword and the stone. I gave her that example, which is like a sword, but a sword can like destroy things like the bricks for like rich body dynamics, or like vines, procedural vines, and all this can be Unreal. she talked a lot about stuff. I wish, again, it's one of those things like I wish I just recorded. It's sort of like what I did with what's his name? Oh no,
Steamy.
not Mark King O'Higgins. That's a teacher. It is.
That's just me.
I'll put
Cool.
it up.
I'm
there.
gonna probably not take a nap. Probably I want to take a nap. Please take.
I'll put up the video here just so you have context. Wow.
The real
But
world
essentially,
of paid work and found that people didn't know.
But overall, I would say today, if I had to rank it, see, I'll put the ranker here. Boom. I'll rank in the car right now because it is what? 8:29, and I gotta edit the video still. And did I finish cleaning my apartment? No. This is gonna be a whole week of cleaning my apartment, baby. Let's go. I would rank today as a good B. And this is an example of a B. And why a B? Also, I need a mic. Not sponsored. You were sin. You're a sin. I would rank today a B because B. I got to see my friends and fellow like classmates again. Whether or not if I felt like, I feel like sometimes a little tangent that like when I do come up in person, I'm like serious, like When actually I'm like, I want to give them a big hug. I want to be like, hey, how you been? Are you doing good? Are you doing well? And also being able to just like have that adrenaline or dopamine of just like cleaning up stuff. That's cool. But obviously it's not perfect enough to be like an A because I didn't clean up everything. But I also feel confident, like just even the video itself, like it's almost found its own footing in how I want to present myself in doing. And also nonchalantly a little bit is that like I rested a bit, and I think just with that in mind, right? I feel like I can't escape that feeling of like, for example, I watched in a video where it's like a goldfish has 8 seconds of attention span. Humans have 7. Goldfish have 1 second more attention span than others. And it's like, that sucks. That sucks a lot. And I think for me, it's because I worry. I worry about, and probably that's not the answer, but just to me, at least, how I'm feeling right now, is I worry a lot. Not just about my future, but I think I just worry about completing it and then it's done. And then I don't touch it again. Which is a weird feeling. Saying it even now. But yeah, that would be my rank. It would be a beer. But this will be the ending of the conclusion of like today's lesson. No, I don't know. I really like this episode. I think it's a good B tier. Day 2 is a B. We started with a C. Now we're in a B. Can we make it an A? And I want to also mention that even with everything that goes on in my day-to-day, I'm ultimately just not trying to like be so exaggerated about things. No. I'm also just wanting to admit like I'm flawed as well. And I don't want to also just like lean on those expectations of being like flawed, right? I think the one thing that I worry about as well when it comes to what I'm doing for the course of 30 days is like I could just lean into like, man, I can play this character. No, I don't want to play this character. I'm not trying to change my persona even with a camera. And I think I've gotten so comfortable with the camera just from doing like Instagram recaps and sharing the things I just enjoy as a hobby or whatever. And I don't want to lose that. but I also want to improve. Whether if it's me trying to get away from tangents, me trying to figure out things that I'm like, I should not be resting on that. It's like, the bed is a sin, the bed is a sin. Like, let me adrenaline hard right now. And it's like, yes, that's great. I really like this challenge overall. I think why I also felt that boost of confidence is because, you know, because I'm gooning. Eucerin. Don't goon. Lucian. I don't know. Lucian? That's a callback. Lucian. All my French people out there. Okay. But that's just me. Share this with a friend if they just want something in the background. I feel like a lot of my content is just shared in the background. Like you put it on in the background and it's just like, that's great. He did something. It's kind of weird. You don't want to put it on. What was your favorite segment? Do you want more segments? Do you want a whole skit? Do you want more of just like eavesdropping on like teachers? You want day-to-days? Do you want me stop doing the intros and cooking for myself? Often than not, like, that also helps me because I don't usually eat a lot or like at breakfast, but it forces me to do so, which is nice. You know, you can never have too much on your plate to eat, right? Let yourself eat sometimes. I think a word of advice for me, a quote even, to end this video. Calm yourself before the storm. And what that means is sort of just when you feel that bubbly feeling of anxiety, right? Just breathe. Take a breather. See what's around you. And obviously it's not going to like hit you in the face. Or maybe it does, I don't know. Maybe you're in a tornado and you're like, you're the tornado, everything's quiet for a moment. But no, you just calm. And then you're just like, it's like first aid training. And because the storm is always inevitable. It is something that you feel like you have no control over. And all you have control over is yourself. Stay tuned for part 3. Day 3. It's not a part. Day 3 of 30. Oh yeah, also, sorry. Day 2. In big bold. It's gonna be covered by the video, sorry. Explosion. Or maybe this was cut before. I can do that. If you see that jump cut right now, that's what I'll notice now. If you see that jump cut right now, it's kind of weird because I did it at the end of the video. Please subscribe.